Flash home.
Where should I start with this one? Well, about a week ago now, I finished my favorite game of 2025, and I haven't really stopped thinking about it since. We'll get the usual stuff out of the way. Unbeatable is a narrative-driven adventure. It's the first title by the small team at D-Cell Games. It follows a young woman named Beat and her bandmates Quaver, Clef, and Treble as they struggle to form their own band in a world where music has been outlawed by the totalitarian government. You know, video game things. Shades of Jet Set Radio viewed through a Studio Trigger-inspired artistic lens. Unbeatable has been in development in one form or another for the past 7 years. I myself was first introduced to it via the free playable teaser D-Cell drop way back in May of 2021 called Unbeatable White Label. And after spending a couple hours with that thing, the full release skyrocketed to the top of my most anticipated games list. After a handful of delays earlier this year, Unbeatable finally released on the 9th of December. So what do people think of it? Well, as a commercial product, sales seem to be doing fine, critical reception is mostly leaning towards positive, with a few notable exceptions.
I'm the one that tells lies!
Dude, you ruined it.
Negative reviews point to the game's technical issues or some of D-Cell's gameplay choices, and those are valid criticisms. Even I myself encountered a couple softlocks during my initial playthrough that had me reloading to previous checkpoints. But those complaints are among the least interesting things someone could say about Unbeatable, and I don't really want to talk about that stuff. Instead, I'd much rather address how the themes and ideas resonated with me personally as a player, and how special this game feels, despite a few rough edges at launch. Just wanted to showcase a little more of the game's excellent original soundtrack. A rhythm game like this is only as good as its music, and fortunately Unbeatable has a pitch-perfect, authentic garage rock sound, thanks to Peak Divide and Rachel Lake. There's also an assortment of equally excellent guest tracks from other indie artists and games that add in other flavors of rock and electronic music, creating some much-needed variety to the soundscape. I just wish Square Up wasn't locked behind a DLC pack because, well, listen to it. My hand is inching ever closer to my wallet as we speak. The vocalist Rachel Lake, I should mention, also voices our main character Beat, and I'm not sure if it's her first voice acting gig, but her performance is a serious standout amidst a cast of already exceptional character performances.
He kind of puffs himself out, like a cornered cat.
That's mean, but it sounds right.
He looks like the kind of guy who's never been slapped.
I guess this is the part of the video where I praise everyone's voice performance, because damn do I love this cast. Holly Earl serves as the sweet, sheltered beating heart of the entire narrative. She does a fantastic job as Quaver.
I've never heard of any of these.
But you are 5, so that tracks.
I'm obviously not 5.
Martis Fatek delivers a fiery, short-fused Clef, the much-needed catalyst for the group, the burst of energy you'd want in a good drummer.
Do you know what I did for a living before the world blew up? I played drums! I am very, very, very good at repeating myself.
Julian Morley voices Treble. He's got this quiet, sage wisdom that probably contributed to him becoming my favorite character in the game all around.
I didn't even know you noticed that. You didn't say anything before.
I don't say a lot of things. Which is probably weird because I do also say a lot of things. So you can imagine that I'm very careful about the stuff I don't.
Or is it Jessica Preddy as prison mate turned producer Penny?
Oh, so many questions. You're a kid, so don't worry about it, but you can't ask me that kind of thing.
Everyone is pulling their A game. Even recurring side villains Poco and Apoco leave a lasting impression thanks to Jodie Bell Cortez pulling double duty as both of the Team Rocket-inspired sisters.
Thumbs down, baby.
Well, you can do the math.
But as much as I love giving these actors their flowers, the other half of what makes many of these characters so memorable is the quality of the writing, which I think may actually be Unbeatable's biggest strength. Now, listen, I understand the tone of the humor present in some of the dialogue may not land right with every audience, but even if you do find yourself on the far end of that spectrum, I urge you to keep pressing through because writer-directors Andrew Tsai and RJ Lake have a surprising amount to say with their game. It's been a long time since I found a game that feels this openly genuine and earnest. You might expect an air of above-it-all ironic detachment given the game's counterculture ideas, but the core of the narrative feels incredibly hopeful, delivered with complete impassioned sincerity. Unbeatable deals with a lot of heavier topics, especially in its closing chapters, but what I really like to call attention to is the lead character Beat's relentless drive to create against all odds. I'm kinda brushing up against spoiler territory, so I'll keep it a little vague on purpose, but I can't help but wonder how much of that recurring theme echoes what the team at D-Cell went through fighting to put this game together over the past handful of years. Maybe I'm projecting or reading too far into things, but playing Unbeatable, it sure feels like everyone involved put a lot of their honest selves into this game. And as some sort of online content creator myself, I know firsthand how callous and cruel the internet can be the moment it catches even a whiff of open vulnerability. So not only do I want to recognize the courage on display here, releasing something this personal, I want to admit that I'm honestly pretty jealous. If I could be real with you guys for just a moment, earlier this year I turned 35. And I know 35 isn't the oldest a person has ever been, but I am getting older. And part of aging is trying to make peace with small regrets. If you can. Saying things to yourself like, I should have pursued that scholarship, I should have picked up that instrument, I should have saved for that trip, taken that job, told that person how I felt. But for me, in retrospect, I feel the most regret about not living the first half of my life with more open sincerity, like these young artists did. Whether intentional or not, by the time the credits rolled, the themes in Unbeatable had me reevaluating the person I choose to be, and looking at social media, it would appear I'm not the only one having a similar experience. There is a small but very vocal group of players posting about their time with the game and how special it is, was, and continues to be for them. People taking up music, pursuing game design, or just feeling openly inspired to change for the better. Pretty good for a supposed 6 out of 10. Sure, the game may have some rough edges that could use some filing, but isn't art and expression more fun to explore when it's a little flawed like us?
You know, some messiness is good. It's like restoring a painting. You have to be careful because you can scrape paint off alongside the dirt. And I think we do a little bit of our painting with dirt.
I've never made a video quite like this before, so I'm not sure exactly how I'm supposed to end it. I just like Unbeatable a lot, man. And with the rise of soulless generative AI, shouldn't we be more thankful for people that are still doing things the hard way? Sacrificing years of their lives to make something real and impactful because they have a genetic imperative to create remarkable things. If you haven't played Unbeatable, I hope this video inspired some of you to check it out. Even if rhythm games aren't your thing, give it a shot. And then when you do, DM me on Instagram, and we'll talk final chapter spoilers because holy sh**.